Hello, my name is Geraldine Bodie. I am the guidance counselor at St. Rita's School, Racine, Wisconsin in the United States. And our students have gone through the Peace Learning Circles curriculum, and they are here today to tell you what they have learned about several peace mentors in our world. And we would like to tell you about Mother Teresa. Where did she live?
A girl named Agnes was born in the eastern part of Europe. Her father was killed when she was only 7.
Tell us about a big problem she helped settle peacefully.
She studied to be a nun. As a nun, she was named Mother Teresa. She went to India to help the poorest of people.
You also.
Mother Teresa took care of people who lived in the most dirty and smelly places.
Mother Teresa had very little money, but she worked hard to get food and medicine for the poor people.
So did her work do any good?
When Mother Teresa helped people who were poor and people who were dying, they got a feeling of hope.
Can you tell us something cool that she did?
Mother Teresa said, "Peace begins with a smile."
Thank you. We have another mentor to tell you about. And who is our next mentor, Miss Mary Beth?
Well, we'll do Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi is our next mentor. Please give us his photo. Our next peace mentor is Gandhi. Where did he live?
Mahatma Gandhi lived in India, a country with millions of poor people. England ruled India unfairly. England made them pay too much money for things they needed, like salt.
Azaria, tell us about a big problem he helped settle peacefully.
Gandhi asked people around the world to stop buying salt from England. When everyone stopped buying the same thing all at the same time, it's called a boycott.
Gandhi led poor people on a march of 200 miles to the ocean. When they got there, they boiled sea water to make their own salt.
To show his respect for poor people, Gandhi wore very simple clothing. He sat on the ground with his legs crossed instead of in chairs.
So did his work do any good?
People all over the world heard about Gandhi's salt boycott and salt march. Because of Gandhi's help, India got free from England without having a war.
Can you tell us something cool that he did?
This is still part of it.
The people of India loved him so much that they changed his name to Mahatma, which means great soul.
And Gandhi said, his quote is, "There is enough in the world for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed." But he's the most famous for, "Be the change you want to see in the world."
Thank you, Mary Beth. And now we have a third peace mentor. Mary Beth, does the card number match the third mentor as well?
Yes, it does.
Here's a peace mentor named Malala. Where did she live?
In 1997, Malala was born in Mingora, Pakistan. Her father ran a school, and Malala loved learning at a young age.
Tell us about a big problem she helped to settle peacefully.
At age 10, a war came to her Swadel. Violent fighters called the Taliban said girls could not go to school. Over 400 schools were destroyed, but it did not stop Malala from attending.
At 11, she wrote a diary about how frightening life was and that the unfair treatment of girls. Many people read her words. She was known for her bravery, which made the Taliban very angry.
So did her work do any good?
When she was 15, two angry Taliban soldiers found Malala's bust and shot her. One bullet entered and exited her head and lodged in her shoulder. She was seriously wounded. It took 9 months to recover with no major brain damage.
On Malala's 16th birthday, she spoke to the United Nations Youth Assembly in New York City. She asked that all children everywhere would have a right to an education.
In October of 2014, at the age of 17, Malala was the youngest person chosen to share the Nobel Peace Prize. She worked to make the world a better place.
Mary Beth, co-founder of Peace Learning Circles, can you tell us something cool that she said?
Malala said, "I truly believe the only way we can create global peace is through not only educating our minds, but our hearts and souls."
Here's a peace mentor named Martin Luther King Jr. Where did he live?
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He also lived in Montgomery, Alabama, where he became the pastor of a Baptist church.
Tell us about a big problem he helped to settle peacefully.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spent his life working for equal rights for everyone, regardless of his race, religion, or financial status.
He believed people should be judged by who they are, not by the color of their skin. He wanted all people to live together in peace.
In 11 years, he traveled over 6 million miles and spoke over 2,500 times whenever there was injustice.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote a famous speech, "I have a dream." He taught love and dignity.
Can you tell us something cool that he said?
Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The time is always right to do what's right, and that's really good to do."
I did that once in a
Okay, it's on.
classroom.
It's on.
Okay, here is a peace mentor named Sacagawea. Where was she born?
In 1804, two explorers, Lewis and Clark, needed an interrupter for their long trip from the Mississippi River to the Pacific Ocean. Sacagawea was chosen to be their guide because she could understand other tribes.
Tell us about a big problem she helped settle peacefully.
Now with a trowel strapped to her back, Sacagawea helped find food and travel routes. They only went by boat. One day they met a Shoshone war party, but rather than fight, Sacagawea helped her team communicate.
Because she was a girl, Sacagawea was expected to be weak. Instead, she was a sign of peace and a real trailblazer. She was able to talk with many other tribes on their 2,000-mile trip to the Pacific Ocean over 1.5 years.
Did her work do any good?
Rivers, parks, poems, and songs are written for Sacagawea. Her picture is on a $1 coin issued in 2000.
Sometimes, even without words, you can communicate peace.
Thank you.
Would you repeat that quote again, please?
Sometimes, even without words, you can communicate peace.
By giving a smile. Let's all smile.
Here's a peace mentor named Cesar Chavez. Where did he live?
Cesar Chavez lived in California. His parents had moved there from Mexico. They spoke Spanish.
Caesar's parents were migrant farm workers. Migrant means they always had to move from farm to farm.
They worked very, very hard in the hot.
They worked very, very hard in the hot sun for very little money. Children had to work too.
When Caesar got older, he taught the workers to join together in a union. This was a powerful thing to do, and it was non-violent.
So did his work do any good?
Today, farm workers are treated much better because they still have the union that Chavez started. Their kids don't have to work in the fields anymore.
Can you tell us something cool that he said?
Cesar Chavez said nonviolence is a very powerful weapon.
Thank you.
Let's all say that together.
Nonviolence is a very powerful weapon.
And from now on, we will only practice nonviolence.